Hello there, everybody, and welcome on into the FIFAe Nations League tournament here. We are here for some Rocket League action. I'm personally very excited, and I'm also excited to be joined alongside the wonderful BlazyBard once again. Good to see you, my friend. How's it going?
Good to see you too. Personally very excited. I thought your name was MiniMiner, but I must have been mistaken there. We have got a set of awesome games, but we are going to be kicking it off nice and quickly with Wales and Luxembourg. And by nice and quickly, we are already blitzing through Tadpole with an early shot on goal.
Yeah, straight into the action right here. We've got Wales against Luxembourg here. Very, very big matchup. The first one in the group. Of course, we're in Group H here, so we've got a few different matchups coming for you this evening, and it's going to be a huge performance needed. A little bit of a comeback needed, really, from Wales after a not-so-great start to proceedings last week. But look at this. Tadpole with a great start to this match.
A great shot and a great amount of momentum already. We're seeing a lot of pressure being put on by the Welsh team here. These rolling attacks really denying Luxembourg the space to reset, breathe, or formulate any sort of plan. The strong opener there on the kickoff line. Cream's get an early demolition, and it looks like it's going to roll in, but Tadpole with the hero save.
Yeah, good job there from Tadpole at the back post, but Luxembourg can carry it forward, almost into the net as well. Overlord is there, but no, over the ball as well. Tadpole can now carry it back towards the Luxembourg goal, towards the net, but save from Luxembourg, who keeps themselves alive. Creams keeps it alive there on this left side of the pitch, all the way back into the middle where Tadpole can meet it. But right now, it looks like Wales are running the show. A shot from Breezy will go up. Creams will put it onto the top, and Breezy with a fantastic return. That's how it's done.
Breezy is how I would describe that play as well. A slick roll off the side into a pass back, and a tap off the top rope will be enough to put it in. We were saying that they need an explosive start into this week of proceedings. And that is exactly what Wales look to be intent on giving us. It's another quick kickoff from Luxembourg. This time, while the first attempt is denied, the rebound is solid, and they'll pick up their first goal of the match.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward clearance there from Tadpole. Just put it straight into the path of Overload, who didn't disappoint this time. And converts the chance there for Luxembourg. Gets them back in the game after a really tough start, really, you have to say, from Luxembourg. They had to defend so much, and they've had their backs against the walls a lot as well. And it just comes down to those final few moments in the Wales box. They couldn't quite make it happen, but now it's all up to Wales to try and make a response here. Cream's back towards the goal, but saved well. Breezy's going to get to this, has a shot, puts it straight into the middle and into the path of Luxembourg.
Off the ceiling, Cloudy with a little bit of defensive interception will stop it from going much further. Picked up by the Luxembourg team. Denied. A little bit of a pin there from the boys in blue. Awkward now trying to catch back up with the ball as Wales come on to the offensive. Taken back away. A bit of a back and forth here, but Overload looks like he's got a shot for it. But Tadpole yet again solid positioning and perfect speed.
Yeah, really great job from Tadpole right there. Creams can try and pick up the ball as well. Tadpole's there again. Well saved from Cloudy. That was very last ditch indeed as Breezy now redirects it towards the goal. Tadpole's there again, but can't quite find the shot. Creams again to recycle the ball just inside of this Luxembourg half. Back towards the middle, but Breezy doesn't have enough boost to get there. And Overload keeps the Luxembourg dreams alive for the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game. They've been so solid so far. Can they now turn it into another goal to make this game all square?
That's the question. They're really playing for, well, too early to be saying that they're playing for overtime. A minute 30 is a lot for either of these teams to get something done. Breezy with an attempt there. Angle's not quite right for him. Cream's now trying to stop this pass back towards the safe side. Tadpole shoots it up. Creams knocks it down. And Tadpole denied the goal by a solid defense there from the Luxembourg squad.
Wales are just trying everything and anything just to try and get this third goal, to give them a bit of that cushion, a little bit of that calmness, I suppose you could say, a little bit of that confidence in the fact that they can go ahead and win this game, because it hasn't been smooth sailing for Wales so far. And here's another example of that. Creams has to tap it on down. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Breezy. Tadpole redirects it towards the goal, but can't get the touch, but Breezy can. 3-1 to Wales in a well-worked move.
It's a great bit of team play here. Tadpole tries to get it done by himself. If anything, it might have been the fake. In fact, looking at it again, it looked certainly like it was. a fake there to bait out the defender, executed perfectly. Breezy comes in with the supportive play. These kickoffs from Luxembourg have been dangerous, but this time Wales are able to break through. Instead, Overload gets demoed, and it's all up in the air for now.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a question mark for me going into this game in this particular series, is how are Luxembourg going to play, because it was the only team I haven't actually seen Wales come up against in the Nations League so far when compared to the rest of the group. I've obviously seen Czechia and Montenegro get toppled, I suppose you could say, from Wales, but we haven't seen what Luxembourg can do yet from a Welsh perspective, and so far, so good from Wales. Ooh. And there's another one. That's really nice from Creams. And
that's, you know, we were talking about whether or not that last goal was a fake. This one absolutely is. Creams goes up for it. Cloudy has to divert himself, expecting the extra tap, but it just sails over the top. Beautifully controlled and beautifully pocketed. Now, only 18 seconds left in the tank, and I think it's safe to say that Luxembourg, can be thinking about the next match there, is going to have to be thinking towards game number 2 and what they can do to adapt.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to this. These are the sort of challenges that you have to overcome in groups, of course. We talked about it earlier, how Wales didn't have a great time out last time. Really disappointing performance in a lot of regards. But from that first game, things are getting off to a much better start this week, as Breezy, Tadpole and Creams come away with the Game 1 win in the series. A convincing victory as well, you have to say here, Blazy. I think what we did really well there was just contain ourselves after we were 2-1 up. We weren't trying to go for too many big goals. We weren't trying to sort of topple them too early on. We kind of held our nerve a little bit and ensured that they didn't get another goal as well.
Yeah, it just felt so oppressive here from the Welsh squad. There was nary a moment where Luxembourg could really break through these rolling offensive plays. I mean, attempt on goal after attempt on goal from these boys. And, you know, they've done fantastically here. Creams, Tadpole and Breezy have really combined to put together a roster that looks really cohesive and that's working together seemingly on all cylinders there. So many great communication moments from those two fakes, especially goal 3 and goal 4.
Yeah, I think it just shows the confidence, doesn't it, really? When you can go for fakes like that, when you can have the trust in your teammates that they're going to make that fake, they're going to make that play, especially that, I think it was the third goal where we thought Tadpole was going to double tap it against the backboard, and then Creams, of course, came in, I think it was, and cleaned up. Having the confidence to then go up and understand that, yeah, maybe Tadpole's going to leave this, maybe he hasn't got the boost in order to actually tap this in towards the goal, and then carry on that move, just shows the confidence that these guys have. And that's what you're going to need in this sort of competition, especially in the group stage here, when we haven't had the greatest performance last time out. It can be easy to lose that confidence and to let those previous results take you down, but no sign of that so far from Wales as we step into game number 2 here.
No, we are absolutely not lacking on confidence. Breezy with a 4-second screamer. Overload had no idea what he wanted to do. He saw Breezy walking towards him, was like, okay, do I need to back up? Do I need to go in? Couldn't quite make up his mind. And that's the kind of early tempo you need to find if you are this Welsh squad. Of course, they are doing fantastically so far. Luxembourg look like they are having laps run around them.
Yeah, we talked about it actually towards the end of that game. It was like, how are Luxembourg now going to respond? What are they going to do? How are they going to come out of the gates here in the second game of the matchup? And the answer to that question is not very well so far. Only a couple of seconds into the game and Wales are already in the lead. Could they make it 2? They can. It's Creams again, doing what Creams does best. We've seen a great performance from him over the course of this matchup, and really nicely intercepted, I must say, from Breezy, just to get it into the path of Creams, who won't score an easier goal in his life.
It's smooth, it's not whipped or stiff, it's flowing like single Creams, and it is absolutely a pleasure to watch. They just keep on rolling this through. It looks like a difficult situation. Talking about the mental state of these players from Luxembourg, how do you respond to, after being, 4-1 down in game number 1, to now losing a goal at 4 seconds, a second one within the first minute? What is your mental reaction to that?
I mean, it just has to be trying to keep doing what we're doing, but unfortunately what we're doing isn't working, so maybe it's just try and change things up as much as possible as Overload tries to get it towards the goal, tries to do just that. Tadpole with a nice save, but from a Luxembourg perspective, they haven't really had a look in either of these 2 games so far. They've got 3 minutes 50 right now. Those are the facts. They're quite a few goals down overall. How can they change things up, I suppose, to move things in their way? I suppose you just have to try everything new, I suppose, at this point.
Another series of offensives here from Wales, from Luxembourg, even the first time really that they've had some consistent offensive pressure on the goal. It's not panned out for them this time around though. Wales' defense looks incredibly potent, almost as potent as their offense. A nice pinch off the side there. They might be able to translate into something. Tadpole off the back will be taken away though. Orquex is here.
Well, that was good defending there, but never-ending pressure here coming from Wales. The little double tap, Breezy, fantastic work from him yet again. 3-0 to Wales here. Creams and Breezy combining together. The shortest pass you'll ever see, but one that ends up in the back of the net.
Sometimes that's all you need, just a little bit of a passage into a new line, a new area. There's that kickoff from Luxembourg. Unfortunately, it's been the strongest part of their game so far. They need to really step up their offensive game and their defensive capabilities if they want to compete with Breezy in the sky. Overload able to meet him there, but Creams is on the re-tap. Cloudy able to clear that one away, but it's another shot back through. Overload finally able to clear a little bit of space. MX tries to get to it. It's picked up back by the Blues and taken to the sky.
Love this confidence from Wales right now, though. 3-0 up, leading the series overall, and just still applying all of that pressure. It's all about Wales right now in this matchup, and it's a really good sign for the rest of the group as well. And here comes Creams again towards the goal, hits the crossbar. Orquax can take that away as well. Almost taken away from his own teammate. As Creams redirects it towards Breezy. Back to Creams on the right side. Looks for Tadpole. Flicks it over, but can't get it over. Cloudy with another good bit of defending. And it's just all one-way traffic right now, and it's in the way of the Blues.
Sure is. Creams continuing that trend over to the wall. It's a strong pinch, but maybe a little bit stronger than they were hoping. Breezy picks it up on the other side, but there's no one. No teammates on the right side of the court to bring it home. Cloudy now with a beautiful attempt. Tadpole gets a shot on it. Overload with the rebound, but it's Breezy yet again to clear it away from the goal. And Wales stay unstained in game number 2. 3-0 still. Overload might be looking to change that, but yet again swatted away.
Every single aspect of Wales' gameplay right now is top tier. The attacks, the link-ups, the defending, the last-ditch attempts. It is all going Wales' way right now, and for good reason. The skill on display is unreal. Tadpole can get up to this as well. Nicely saved from him. Creams looks to keep it alive with a decent amount of boost. Breezy's there too, and that's simple. That's 4. That's Breezy, and that's Wales winning this matchup, surely.
A little bit of a disconnection error there from the party. I'm not sure what that is all about. We'll be coming back to rectify that for just a moment, but what an incredible... I mean, how do you even compete with a team that is outpacing you that devastatingly? Overload tries to go for another quick one. It's swatted away yet again by Breezy.
There's not much he can do, and Creams once again getting another goal, his second of the match, I believe, and it's just... one-way traffic. There really isn't much you can do, even at this stage of the game. You saw Tadpole there just going for that demo or that bump on the defender. Mate, you're 4-0 up. You don't even need another goal, but we'll go for it. Why not? It's 5 goals to Wales, and it's just been so confident. And a really great response, I think. We spoke about it sort of towards the beginning of the day here, just about how important it is that Wales need to come back here with a strong performance, especially after last time out not being that. And this is really the sort of performance that sort of gets the morale back on your side, because a loss here really would have, or could have, I suppose, compounded into something a lot worse. But what Wales are doing here is just fantastic, and it's going to give them absolutely buckets of confidence going into the next couple of games. You can see just the level at which they're playing at. Creams back towards Breezy, in towards the goal. And it has to be said, Wales could have scored even more if it wasn't for Luxembourg's great defending.
That's very true. They've you know, I would love to say an iron wall, but it has had a few shots peppered through it. But yeah, in this late part of the game, they have really tightened this up. We just need to see that earlier on mixed in with a few more of these attempts, because these have been good shots from Luxembourg throughout this game. They've had some really solid shots on goal, but they've just been battered away every single time. I mean, talk about a steel wall. Wales feels impenetrable in game number 2.
Yeah, and that's something that I think was sort of lacking in the last time out when we were seeing this in week number 2, was just a little bit of a few mistakes, I suppose you could say, in defense. The attack was still strong, but just getting overloaded, I suppose, from those defensive mistakes. So that's going to be really interesting to see if we can track throughout the rest of the day. But a really solid start here from Wales over in Group H, beating out Luxembourg in a really somewhat fantastic style. It is top 2 in this group, of course, that do go through as well. So we'll be keeping tabs on some of the other teams in terms of how that goes. But of course, we do have the standings here for you and how the group sort of shapes up. We've got Czechia, we've got Luxembourg, of course, who we just played, and Montenegro, who we will also be playing this evening as well. Lots of good positives to take from that matchup though, Blazy.
Yeah, I think so. If we can keep up that kind of momentum, if we can keep up that energy, I think maybe is something that was lacking last week. Wales weren't maybe in the right headspace. Maybe it was too hot for them, and certainly not much cooler this week around, but clearly something is clicking for these players, and they are coming around to the flow of the game. And I think that's actually a really great word for it, Miner. It is the flow of this game. Felt so fluid, so interlinked. These players really bounced off of each other incredibly well.
Yeah, some of the team players was really nice, and a lot of the sort of heroics in the back as well was also replicated there as well. I think Tadpole has a lot to say about that in terms of his defensive display right there. Was absolutely top class. We do have the next matchup, of course, against Montenegro. That's scheduled to be in around about 12 minutes, so we will be getting into that very, very shortly. And I do believe we've actually beaten Montenegro before, and Czechia as well. So it seems like we do have the upper hand in terms of the mental game here early on in this one. How do you think that one's going to go? Any predictions, any sort of thoughts on how things could go in the next game here?
Well, history's on our side, but, you know, we can never put it to rest. It's all going to have to be about that consistency. But, I mean, if we play anything like we did in that last set, I'm not too worried at all. I think we've got the pace, we've got the energy, we've certainly got the skills.
Absolutely. We've got another matchup coming your way very, very shortly. Before we do get to that, we're going to go to a short break, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back here for the FIFA Nations League. Now, sorry for that extended delay. We actually did have a little bit of a dropout here from Montenegro. So those guys decided to forfeit. They didn't turn up for the game. So that's an automatic 3-0 win for Wales. But we are here for the final matchup of the evening. It's Czechia versus Wales. A top of the table clash as well, Blazy. Two of our top teams in Wales in first place and Czechia in second. This has some spice to it.
Absolutely it does, yeah, and at this point it is not really much to play for. Luxembourg will pick up their first win of the bracket against Montenegro if they are still unavailable. Otherwise, regardless of the outcome, it will just be 1 win and 2 losses for whichever team. So these two teams are guaranteed to sit at the top of the table, but it will be that battle for dominance. And right at the start, unfortunately for Wales, they are going to have to claw back some of that energy that they found. Maybe some fingers going cold after that extended break.
Yeah, really nice actually bump there from Cyrax, I think it was, onto Tadpole just to clear the way for Czechia to get the first goal of the game. Nicely worked goal from them, and it's going to be a little bit difficult here, I suppose, you could say, because Wales have had that very long extended break now, whereas Czechia are hot off the press. They've just, of course, come off of beating Luxembourg themselves, so that should, I suppose, play a part in this game in terms of how warm each team are going to be. So maybe something to look out for in this first game here.
At the moment, it's just a bit of a back and forth, but it's all the way from the other side of the pitch. No one is in position, and this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, Mini, where Tadpole was so on it in game number 1. That kind of a goal from that kind of range would never have made its way into the back of the net, but this time around just finds its way in, and it's another beautiful kick. What is happening? Another screamer from Sirix.
1 minute in, 3 goals to 0 for Czechia, and it is not the start that Wales could have wanted at all. And this is a very important game still for Wales, because when you go into the knockouts, placing higher in your group does mean that you'll come up against a weaker team than if you were to place lower in the group. So this game has some real significance in terms of Wales' overall chances here at not only qualifying through the knockout phases, but also into qualifying for the overall LAN. And that was a good opportunity there for Wales to try and make a dent into the scoreline. Currently no goals for Wales. 3-0 to Czechia. They've got to turn something around here. Thankfully, the good news is that there's still plenty of time on the clock here.
Yeah, and there's plenty of time for this team to wake up, come alive, and get themselves back into shape, back into form. And at the moment, things have slowed down at the very least. Wales have been able to stop the bleeding for the moment. They need to come back together, and they need to figure out how they're going to deal with this kind of omnipresent movement from the Czech team, because they seem to be everywhere right now.
Yeah, they do. Just can't quite find the combinations in attack right now. Not the smooth gameplay that we were seeing earlier on in the day. The Cyrex has got to go up to this. Does actually get there first as well. Tadpole's going to try and battle for this and loses out, though. So Breezy's got a bit of defending to do here. Iper's going to try and get there, but Breezy is there to clean up. Cream's going to have to do something about this one as well, as there's another bit of pressure here from Czechia, who just seem to be so unrelenting. And Cyrax here continuing to keep the ball alive. Going to fall in towards the middle of the goal, but dealt with well from Wales, who now need to turn this defense into attack because they've got their backs against the wall right now.
Bit of a comeback here from Sirix. Picks up the ball up into the sky. Breezy will deny that one this time around. Zedu kicking it back around. The Czech team circling like sharks in water. Tadpole up to the top. Breezy tries to come in, resets it. Creams has an opportunity, but taken away from him. The Czech team, that omnipresence, are just everywhere. Does not look like Wales can get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, they can't even get out of their own box right now. 2 minutes left on the clock. Still so much time for Wales to cook something up. Remember, Czechia scored 3 goals in a minute. Why can't Wales do the same? We'll have to find out as the clock continues to tick down. Iper there continues to keep the ball alive. Goes towards the corner. Cyrax is going to go up for this. Taps it towards the middle of the goal. There's Seydou. And there's the 4th for Czechia. I was saying earlier on that Wales actually beat Czechia in one of the knockout phases of a previous competition here. And I was hoping that we'd be able to carry that confidence into this game and into this matchup. And unfortunately, for the first game of this matchup, it hasn't seemed to happen.
It's certainly looking rough, but this is what having that break can do to a team. Some teams are maybe prepared for it. There's maybe that element of, well, we were expecting to have a bit of a break. We can do some drills. We can do some warming up. But in this situation, Team Wales, they had no idea that Montenegro were not going to be present for their match earlier on. I'm not sure how much really they had in terms of opportunity to keep practicing and keep themselves in the game, but off on the back of that, this Czech team just seems to have come alive. That's the first answer back from Wales. A minute left on the clock, and you're right, Mini. If the Czechia team can do it, why can't Wales score 3 more in 1 more minute?
Yeah, that's what they need to do now. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Wales have to pull out all the stops in order to make this happen against a very, very solid Czechia team who, really that was the first chink in their armor that we managed to see. We haven't really seen any faults from them for this entire game, so they can hold their heads up high in terms of how this performance is going. 1 minute left on the clock. Creams tries to keep it alive in the middle of the pitch. Tadpole's there as well. Breezy trying to battle for it as well. So much action on the right side of the ball right here. As Tadpole in Rule 1 going to break it towards Breezy. But Seidu's going to be there to clean things up. And there's a lot of action in this right corner, but not materializing into anything right now.
Yeah, and at this point, I think the pace just isn't there. Wales, they need some miracle goals. They need some screamers. But it doesn't look like they are going to have the time to get that done. Just 25 seconds left on the clock. And the dreams start to fade away from them. There is, of course, the opportunity to still tie up this series. But Game 2 needs to be tighter. And it needs to be more together from this squad.
Even for the goal difference here, the goals are still vital. Couldn't find one right there, though, and it's important they don't concede here as well. Cream steals with that really nicely indeed. Cyrex is going to be here to try and tap it down towards a Czechia player. Not going to find one. Seidu's there. Redirects it towards goal. There's another shot, and on the line, the game finishes 4-1 to Czechia. That was incredibly close to being 5 there at the end, Blazy, but a really tough performance there from Wales. Didn't seem like we were in the game for large parts of that one.
Yes, no, it really did feel like a different team that we saw this morning. We're sure the labels are correct on the top of the scoreboard. Maybe production can double check that for us, but it certainly seemed like night and day. And, you know, we mentioned it during the game, Mini. This is very much a team that has maybe gone cold versus a team that's piping hot off of their last win. So it might just be a case of Wales needing that one first game there to warm up, though they're not able to do that. They are going to suffer a little bit in the seeding going into the elimination bracket later on. So, I don't know. How well they're able to come back into this, I think, is going to speak a lot to their mental fortitude and their ability to stack up against what looks like a team on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Wales going into this matchup were 2 goals ahead in terms of goal difference. Of course, there was a 3-goal deficit there, so it means that Wales are actually now 1 goal behind Czechia. So if Wales are to win this matchup, then it's going to be really, really close on the standings. They need to win by at least 2 goals in order to actually claim the top spot of this group. So really important game coming up here. Still plenty of opportunities for Wales to still top the group, and there's going to be an opportunity here for a save. And Wales keep themselves alive here in the second matchup. Creams is going to be able to carry the ball here forward. As Czechia here on the back foot a little bit. And this is an important start to the game, because remember in that last one, Wales did not have a very good start at all. So that first minute here is going to be of utmost importance.
At the very least, they've been able to slow down Czechia in their machinations. An attempt there off the top from Creamy. Going to be met with a little bit of aggression. And here's something that I've noticed about this Czechia team, Mini. They're going for these demolitions quite a lot. It's a very aggressive playstyle to try and keep the Welsh team off the board for as long as possible. Wales haven't really been having to deal with this kind of playstyle very often for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, even that first goal in the last game, we saw Tadpole getting bumped off, nearly demolitioned himself. So it does seem like it's definitely the style of play that Czechia are going for, and it seems to be working very well. Wales don't quite have the answers for it right now, as Creams there can deal with that pretty well. There's Czechia trying to go for another shot. Reese is going to carry this one forward as well, but again, Czechia deal with it. They just seem to have a player back there every single attack just to clean things up. Back towards the middle of the goal. There's a shot from Seidu, and there is the first goal of the match here for Czechia. They'll be looking to replicate their Game 1 success, and they're doing it very well so far. And it's another bump there. You saw Breezy get bumped away.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is a team that is playing with a very aggressive playstyle, and not in terms of aggressive on the ball, aggressive on plays. Look at that, straight off the goal kick, straight off the line, an immediate demolition there onto one of the Welsh players. And it's the kind of style that can really throw you off if you're not used to that, having to reset, having to deal with being on that grey screen. But Creams finally has found that fortitude for Wales and will tie up the game 1-1.
Absolutely lovely stuff. It was Tadpole initially to get the shot off. Comes up against the crossbar, hits that, and ricochets back off of that straight in towards the path of Creams. Really great job from him. As we get to see the time again, it's 3 minutes left on the clock right now for Wales to make something of this game. It's actually nice to see Wales scoring early here, proving that they've still got a little bit of fight left in them here.
Going to need to be a little bit more than just a touch of fight. 2.5 minutes left. We're halfway through game number 2 of this best of 2. Say that many times fast. Not even a best of 2, just 2 games back to back will determine the score and the seeding of this group. And right now, Wales, they're looking like they are holding on. With another demolition, it's going to be an attempt. Sedu finds something, but Creams will swat it away. A secondary one there. Breezy able to find his mitts onto that one. And it's finally cleared away into the goal as well.
Let's go, Creams. That's what it's about. Dealt with this loose ball really well. Not really challenged by anyone with boost. You saw one of the Czechia players going up for it, but they just didn't have enough in the tank to get up to there. And of course, nobody in goal to save it. This is a much more positive performance here from Wales. And as it currently stands, I believe the goal difference is even. So Wales do need to find another goal to top the group on goal difference. There's a shot, though, from Czechia. It's going to go out towards the middle of the pitch. Nicely saved over from Creams as well. That was a crucial touch.
Breezy a little bit floundering in the net there. Not sure he had many options if that ball had to come rocketing back towards the goal. Iper, who's been a star player for this team so far, created so much space, so many opportunities for the Czech squad. Yet again, another demolition up into the air. Seydou takes it away from Wales, and it's back to Iper to set it back over to the Welsh side.
Nice job from Breezy, though, to deal with that really nicely. Seydou's there in the middle, tries to get it back towards a Czechia player. Does find one in Cyrax in the middle of the pitch. Going to bounce off that back ball. Creams deals with it really well. Iper is there to try and hold on to it, but it's loose. It's towards Creams, and Cyrax can now carry it forward. Czechia have still got a lot to do here as well. They need to try and find a goal to take it to overtime at the very least, and they're going to have to pull out all the stops here, and this could give Wales an opportunity to try and have an attack of their own. Cyrax is going to be able to defend it, not without a little bit of pressure from the Welsh attack right now. And Breezy's looking to try and get onto this. 1 minute left on the clock. Nicely dealt with from Creams as well. It's a bit chaotic right now, but it's in the favour of Wales.
Off the sideboard there, just 50 seconds left, separating Wales from a 1-point draw with their counterparts, or a 3-point deficit to them. They are a goal up, of course. They just need to hold on to this lead or extend it further. Right now, it's a bit of a melee over on the pitch. Tadpole finally gets some control. Iper pops it up and away from him, and another demolition. I've got to see the amount of demos that come through at the end of this. Iper tries to pot it under the top. Not quite successfully, though. 10 seconds plus another 9 left in the game.
Seydou there getting really nice defense, touches it down. Creams is going to try and get to that, doesn't quite himself, as Breezy and Tadpole here. It's going to be awkward back across the goal towards Iper, having to do something with the ball here in the corner of the pitch, waiting patiently for that opportunity. Creams can now carry it forward. Tadpole with the demo. Cyrax is going to get a touch on this, and Iper's not going to get there, and Wales are going to win the second game of the matchup. And now I believe that puts us in joint first with Czechia, of course. 1 point for each of those games. That puts both of us on 7 points. And I believe the goal difference is actually still even. However, I think because Czechia managed to get more goals for, I do think they're going to top the group. I could be wrong in that, but that was a great win and a great response there from Wales.
We'll have to see as the scores come in, Mini. But at the very least, Wales do secure themselves joint top of this group, and I think should very comfortably fit into the knockout stage tomorrow, I believe. So do not be sleeping on the Rocket League action this week, folks. There's still plenty more Wales to come. especially after that kind of performance, and it will put Czechia just 2 points ahead in terms of actual goals.
Yeah, that does make sense, and it's going to be interesting to see how things go now in the knockouts. You can see this was actually before that final game. Still only 2 matches played, so I'm sure that'll continue to update as time goes on, and once, of course, the teams have inputted their scores. But I think a really valiant performance here from the Welsh side. Got off to a really good start, of course, with those matches against Luxembourg. Really convincing wins there as well. And, of course, we didn't get to play against Montenegro, so that could have changed things, of course, as well. But in that game against Czechia, although the first game, you had to say, was a little bit of a dicey one, a little bit of an awkward one for Wales, the way that they responded was really, really nice.
It was a good response. Almost feels like the wrong word, but you are, of course, completely correct. It felt like Wales, they just needed a moment to rev up, get some more energy back in the engines. It's just a shame they weren't able to pull that off in game number 1. But, you know, it's incredible to see so many different teams doing so well. Czechia definitely put up an incredible performance and notably showed us an interesting and a bit unique form of play. That hyper-aggressive demolition focused gameplay style isn't something that I come across particularly often. And I would love to see the stat. I think we've gone past the scoreboard now. Might be a bit late, but I would love to see just how many demolitions occurred in those last 2 games.
Yeah, so many demos, and it's something to keep an eye out for, I suppose, if you're the Welsh team. It's like looking at how those teams, how Czechia found so much success, and then trying to sort of mitigate those problems that Wales had in that last matchup, because it did seem like that was a way that you could get through that Welsh defense, and it just shows how strong the Welsh defense really is to need to make those sort of plays, just to get rid of the players. So many goals came from those bumps, so many goals came from those demos as well. And I keep trying to look at the leaderboard, but I don't think it's updated quite yet, so I think it's going to be yeah, it will be tomorrow though. We're going to be having the knockouts phase of competition, which is going to be absolutely electric as always. Lots on the line, of course, lots of spots, of course, up for the land that are going to be on the line as well. But that'll be it for our competition today. Blazy, any final words for yourself here, and anywhere you want to shout yourself out?
Well, before, though, that last bit of scoring comes through, Wales sitting at 14th overall in the consistency rankings for the entire event, which I do believe secures us very firmly into the knockout ranking. Absolutely. So much congratulations to Wales for making that way through. You can find me anywhere that there's a social media app or a video app on at BlazyBard or whatever else you want to put it in. It's this little tag here.
There you go. Easy as that. Will you be here tomorrow for the knockouts? Because I won't be, unfortunately.
I absolutely will be here for the knockouts tomorrow, and I'm excited to hopefully see Wales through at least a good way through. Absolutely. Well, make sure to tune in for those knockouts. Looking like they're going to be at 4 p.m. Tomorrow, so make sure to tune in for that. And unfortunately, I won't be there to watch, but of course, I will be supporting the boys all the way from wherever I'm at. So thank you so much for watching the show today, and enjoy the show tomorrow as well in the knockouts. See you soon.